Hi guys, my name is Susie Dean. I am with Kids in the Kitchen with the Junior League of the Palm Beaches. Today we are going to be making roasted veggie tacos. Now the whole theme for this month with all of our recipes is roasted vegetables. I'm going to start by demoing how to cut each of these vegetables so that with whatever combination you receive, you know what to do. If you have mushrooms, you can just chop them up into tinier pieces, or you can leave them whole because they're really easy to go in tacos already. Before we start cutting our vegetables and getting into it, I need you guys to preheat your ovens to 400 degrees so that by the time that we're done, everything is ready to go in. With my veggies for tacos, I personally prefer for them to be in strips. So I'm going to chop off the ends of my vegetables and start cutting lengthwise, making sure to tuck your fingers so that you don't get cut. Once I've cut the entire squash, I'm going to slice it into strips. With the zucchini, it's a little bit longer, so I'm gonna start by cutting it in half, and then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the squash, cut it lengthwise and then cut it into strips. For my bell pepper, I'm gonna cut it the way that all of my favorite chefs on Food Network do, though I do like to cut it another way like I did in the first video. So I'm just going to chop the sides off like so. This prevents a lot of the seeds from flying everywhere and keeps the top separate. Having these cheeks makes it really easy already to cut it into strips. So just the same thing that we did with the cucumber and squash. If you have a sweet potato and you have a peeler at home, you can just start by peeling it very straightforward before we cut it. However, if you do not have a peeler, this is how I like to skin my potatoes. I'll cut it in half, cut both sides off so it can stand up on its own, and then I'll just cut off the sides like so. With the sweet potato, I am going to dice it. As with all of these vegetables, you can cut them however you want to, but like I said earlier, my preference is for the strips. Now, I don't recommend having your kids help you with the sweet potato because it is a little bit more difficult to cut through, but if you have kiddos that are learning how to use kitchen utensils, the bell pepper, the zucchini, and the squash are all really great options for starting. To our pan of vegetables, we are also going to dice tomatoes. Everyone will have these. We're going to cut off some fresh raw ears of corn, and we're also going to be dicing a yellow onion. Once we're done with that, I'm gonna put it all on the baking sheet, put it in the 400-degree oven for 10 minutes, and then toss. Now my tomatoes and onions are on the cookie sheet, but I just wanted to give you a tip for when it comes to cutting corn. First of all, a fun tip, you can eat this raw. It goes really great with any type of summer salad, but I like to put this bottom down in a bowl and then cut the sides as you normally would. The reason why I do this is because the bowl keeps all of the kernels in the same place instead of having them fly all over the place. I have mixed together all of the ingredients in my sauce. This is what it looks like. It's a little bit thick. I'm going to transfer all of my vegetables to my baking sheet. It is okay if they mix. And once I do that, I'm going to shake them all up like this with my seasoning, and I'm gonna pop them in the oven while I get everything else ready. My vegetables have been in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna use this time to mix them around, make sure that all of the sauce and seasonings are evenly distributed and that all sides get cooked. Then we're gonna pop it back in for 10 minutes and we'll be just about done. I have about 2 more minutes left on the timer in the oven, and so before I do that, I'm gonna toss these drained black beans in there so that they can start to marry and familiarize their flavors before we pull them out and put them on our tortillas. So our veggies are done. We're gonna go ahead and put them in our tortillas. I like to put my sour cream in first because I like to have a little bit with every bite. On top of my sour cream, I'm going to layer some of the vegetable combination. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything on there. Top with some cilantro for garnish and a squeeze of lime juice. There you go, an easy and healthy meal. Roasted vegetable tacos.